Every day you take vitamins to stay on your feet into old age. But the truth is, some of them are quietly, invisibly, and irreversibly draining your strength, and you keep taking them on the advice of a doctor, advertisements, or friends. This is betrayal disguised as care. You're over 60. You've started to feel your legs giving out. It's harder to get up in the morning. They ache in the evening, and your gait has become heavy. Sound familiar? The first instinct, blame age. The second, go to the pharmacy. Vitamins, supplements, capsules for muscle strength, bone health, energy. But these may be your mistake. In the U.S., more than 70% of people over 60 take multivitamins, according to 2022 data from the CDC. It seems the whole nation is on vitamins. Yet the statistics on falls, weakness, and hospitalizations due to fractures keep rising. Why? Harvard Health Publishing in 2021 published a troubling report. Among elderly Americans who systematically take vitamin supplements without clinical necessity, muscle weakness levels are 24% higher, and fall risk is 31% higher. The report also shares the story of Walter, 73, Illinois, who took a multivitamin complex to stay active. After 6 months, he complained of leg sluggishness and trouble going downstairs. His tests revealed an excess of 2 vitamins. We'll discuss them later. As you age, your body changes, and vitamins are absorbed differently. What was safe at 30, at 60 can disrupt your internal balance. This especially applies to fat-soluble vitamins, which accumulate rather than get excreted. After age 60, your body becomes less resistant to excess, and the 2 most popular vitamins in the U.S. are exactly the main suspects in undermining your strength, especially leg strength. Cleveland Clinic recommends older adults get tested before starting any supplements. But who actually does that? Most don't. We buy a bottle labeled for seniors and start the course. Now listen closely. Your leg weakness may not be from aging. It may be from what you take every day. Here's what's crucial to understand. 2 vitamins, recommended by everyone, accumulate in the body and, in excess, block the function of neuromuscular junctions. The result? Sluggishness, tremor, and unsteady gait. The aging brain works slower. Muscles react slower. Now add a vitamin break to this picture, and you have a person who literally can't get out of a chair. Though just yesterday they could do it with ease. Example from New York. A 68-year-old woman who had been taking a vitamin complex for 2 years. She began losing balance in the street. A doctor at Mount Sinai discovered her vitamin E levels were 2.5 times above normal. The symptoms disappeared 3 months after stopping the supplement. Check yourself. Do you take multivitamins for seniors? Do they contain vitamin D and E? Have you tested their levels in the past year? Do you experience muscle weakness, cramps, or trembling in your legs? If you answered yes to any of these, it's vital you read the next part. There, you'll learn how vitamin D destroys muscles when in excess, how vitamin E interferes with nerve signal transmission, and most importantly, what to do to restore leg strength without pills. We often trust the pharmacy more than our own body. But it's time to rethink that, because strong legs shows freedom, independence, safety. In the meantime, write in the comments what vitamins you take regularly, and have you been tested? In the next part, the truth about vitamin D that they definitely don't tell you in ads. Subscribe so you don't miss it. Part 2. Vitamin D, savior or muscle destroyer? Everyone says, you need vitamin D. It prevents osteoporosis, protects against fractures, lifts your mood. That's true. But there's another truth that supplement ads won't tell you, especially if you're over 60. Excess vitamin D can destroy leg muscles. Yes, vitamin D overdose is not rare. In the U.S., over the past 10 years, the number of hypervitaminosis D cases has increased by 300%, according to the Mayo Clinic. This is not a theoretical threat, it's reality. And elderly people are especially at risk. Excess vitamin D disrupts calcium balance, leading to weakness in leg muscles, cramps, a rubbery feeling in the legs, coordination issues. These are the exact complaints most commonly seen in trauma units after elderly falls. Cleveland Clinic cites the case of James, 69, Texas. He took 10,000 IU of vitamin D daily for a year, felt tired, had headaches, leg pain, turned out severe hypercalcemia due to vitamin D. Result: hospitalization, muscle failure. Now pay attention. The recommended dose for older adults is 600 to 800 IU per day. But many anti-aging supplements contain 2,000 to 5,000 IU, some even more. That's 5 to 10 times the allowable limit. A 2023 report from the NIH Office of Dietary Supplements states 35% of elderly Americans regularly take vitamin D in doses exceeding the safe upper limit. Why does this happen? Because of marketing. The bottle says immune support, bone health, energy boost. But it doesn't say may cause muscle weakness, tremor, confusion, dehydration, and even arrhythmia with prolonged high-dose use. And yet, a single simple blood test, 25-OHD, can show whether you're deficient in vitamin D or not. But most take it just in case. What if I'm low, you think, but more often you're not, or you already have too much. Vitamin D is fat-soluble. It accumulates in the body. You don't pee it out like vitamin C. It stays. And if you take more than necessary every day, you're accumulating a problem. In older people, the kidneys work worse. Muscle mass decreases. Metabolism slows down. Which means everything you load into the body exits 2 to 3 times slower. Excess vitamin D, or longer presence in the blood, equals more harm to muscles. Symptoms of excess: muscle weakness, especially in the legs. Difficulty standing up. Unstable gait, pain in the lower back and legs. This is not age-related. This is the toxic effect of excess vitamin D. In 2022, Johns Hopkins Medicine conducted a study on 5,500 people aged 65 plus. Those who took more than 2,000 IU of vitamin D daily without medical indication had a 40% higher risk of falls and lower limb weakness. Now, stop and think. Do you know your vitamin D dosage? Have you checked your vitamin D levels? Have you felt leg weakness in the past few months? What to do? Take a 25-OHD blood test. Do not exceed 800 IU per day without a doctor's prescription. Avoid multivitamins with a megadose of D. Increase natural intake. 10 minutes of sunlight per day and food. Eggs, fish. Write in the comments, what dose of vitamin D do you take? And did you know it could weaken your legs? In the next part, another health friend that blocks the function of your muscles. It is commonly added to creams, vitamins, and heart supplements. Subscribe so you don't miss it. Part 3. Vitamin E, antioxidant or antagonist of your legs. Vitamin of youth, fighter against free radicals, elixir of the heart. Sounds nice, but you won't believe it. It can silently weaken your legs. And the scariest part, it does so slowly and insidiously. With long-term excess of vitamin E in the body, nerve conduction is impaired, especially peripheral nerves. What does this mean? Tingling in the feet, numbness in the toes, weakness in the calves, decreased sensitivity. All these are early signs of neuropathy. When nerve conduction in the legs is impaired, you lose coordination and balance. This is not age. It's the nerve signal from the legs to the brain slowing down. And you stumble more often, fall, lose stability even on flat ground. Read the labels. Vitamin E is often added to multivitamins, especially for women 50 plus, foot and joint creams, heart complexes. But no one warns More than 1,000 milligrams per day can cause toxicity. Harvard T.H. Chan School of Public Health cites the case of a woman from Arizona, age 72. She took a double dose of women's vitamins containing 400 IU of vitamin E each. After 4 months, tingling, weakness in the left leg, walking difficulties. Diagnosis: toxic neuropathy due to vitamin E overdose. The recommended safe dose of vitamin E is 15 milligrams, 22 IU per day. Now guess, how much do popular supplements contain? 100, 200, 400, sometimes even 1,000 IU. That's 5 to 40 times above the norm. According to the CDC, every fourth American over 60 takes vitamin E as a supplement. Of those, 70% without medical necessity, and over 60% in excessive dosages. The problem is that vitamin E acts slowly. It accumulates, it's fat-soluble, and symptoms appear months or even a year later. You think, I've just started walking worse, it's aging. But it's the effect of the vitamins you're taking daily. Main complaints: leg cramps at night, difficulty climbing stairs, instability during sudden turns, tingling and numbness. All these are signs of silent damage to the peripheral nerves. It's important to understand, vitamin E doesn't help if you already have enough, and it's harmful if there's too much. You're not boosting antioxidant protection, you're poisoning your nervous system. What needs to be done? Check how much vitamin E you get from supplements. Calculate total intake from all multivitamins, complexes, etc. Do not exceed 150-200 IU per day without a doctor's prescription. Include natural sources in your diet: nuts, seeds, spinach. Be sure to discuss vitamin E intake with your doctor, especially if you have diabetes. Vitamin E worsens neuropathy. You take anticoagulants. High doses increase bleeding risk. You already have leg weakness. Write in the comments, do you take vitamin E? And did you know about its effect on leg nerves? In the next part, we'll talk about a hidden trap: how regular multivitamins for 60+ can cause falls, and why popular supplements hinder recovery after injuries. Part 4. 60+ multivitamins, an invisible threat to your legs? Multivitamins for seniors, a guarantee of health. That's what they write on the package. But do you know what actually happens? You take health boosters that can make you weaker, especially in your legs. Today, the market is flooded with vitamin complexes for people 60+. Centrum Silver 1. A day 50+ Nature made multi for him 50+. What's wrong with them? They may contain excessive amounts of vitamins E and B6, the main weakeners of nerve conduction and coordination in the legs. According to the National Institute on Aging, after 60 the main threat is loss of mobility and risk of falls. You'll be surprised, but up to 30% of falls in elderly people are linked to neuropathy caused by supplements. And now an example. Richard, 68 years old, from North Carolina. He started taking a popular multivitamin for men 65+ to support his joints and vision. After 3 months, leg cramps, unsteady walking, numbness in the feet. After medical examination, it turned out his vitamin B6 level was 3 times the norm, causing neurotoxicity. Vitamin B6, pyridoxine, is essential. But if you take more than 100 milligrams per day, it literally starts burning nerve endings. Symptoms include burning and tingling in the feet, difficulty maintaining balance, constant feeling of numb, heavy legs. Check what's written on your multivitamin bottle. Sometimes vitamin B6 is present at up to 150% of the recommended daily allowance. And if you're also taking brain or energy supplements, you're getting a B6 overdose without realizing it. Here's how misleading labels look. Less than in energy drinks. Meets RDA. Safe for seniors. But the recommended B6 intake for seniors is only 1.5 milligrams per day. You might be getting 15 to 50 milligrams from various sources. This is especially dangerous for women over 65. According to a Mayo Clinic study, 1 in 10 women with chronic leg weakness had vitamins to blame. Not disease. Vitamins. And the most alarming part? Older people often start falling more often and blame it on aging. But the culprit might be a simple bottle of multivitamins sitting in the kitchen. Advice: don't buy the most powerful complexes. Avoid extra energy formulas. Don't combine multivitamins with separate B complexes. Your body after 60 doesn't absorb more. It accumulates the excess. Consult a doctor or nutritionist. Do you even need multivitamins? It might be better to focus on food rich in potassium, magnesium, protein, and omega-3. Share in the comments. Do you take multivitamins? Which ones? Have you experienced weakness or instability? In the next part, we'll explain how healthy vitamins from TV ads interfere with leg fracture recovery, and why natural supplements can be more harmful than pharmacy-grade tablets. Part 5. Natural supplements that break bones. I only take natural stuff. Just supplements. It's not chemicals. This phrase was said by thousands of Americans before they ended up in the emergency room. Natural vitamins can actually be more dangerous than pharmaceutical ones. Let's take an example. Carol, 72, from Arizona. She was taking an organic yeast-based complex with B vitamins. It's all natural, like from Whole Foods. After 6 months, compression fracture of the spine and fractured hip. Turns out, overdose of vitamins E and B6 and impaired calcium absorption. A study from the Journal of Bone and Mineral Research, 2020. Women over 65 with high intake of vitamin E from supplements, not food, had a 26% higher risk of hip density loss. Now imagine, you're taking pills for health and calcium is leaching from your bones. Second blow to memory and coordination. Excess vitamin B6 and B12, especially combined, causes confusion, unsteady gait, and dizziness. You walk into a store, and your legs feel not yours. It's not age, it's nutrient overload. Example: Tom, 67, from Denver. He was taking a multi for energy from Amazon, with natural guarana and B12. Result: dizziness episode in a supermarket, a fall, and a bruised hip. He wasn't sick, he just overdosed on supplements. The FDA does not regulate supplements like medications. That means there are thousands of products on the market that never went through clinical testing. How much B6 is in there? What if you take it with coffee, food, another supplement? No one checks, except your body. Watch for these label terms: Mega B complex, raw energy formula, natural vitamin E, D-alpha tocopherol. These are red flags. Inside, high dosages without balance. Balance matters. B vitamins are essential, but in complex, not megadoses. Vitamin E is an antioxidant, but in high doses, it blocks absorption of other micronutrients. You're not healing, you're disrupting your biochemistry. Alternatives: eat more fish, nuts, and green vegetables. Add yoga and walks. Don't take supplements, just in case. Your body after 60 can't handle just in case. It needs precise tuning. And most importantly, check your vitamin levels via blood tests. B6, B12, D, calcium, magnesium. Not based on guesswork, not based on how you feel, but on lab results. To sum up the entire series, vitamins B6 and E can weaken the legs. Senior multivitamins often overload the body. Natural supplements are not always safe. The key is balance, moderation, and consultation with a doctor. Share this video or article with your loved ones, especially those who take healthy supplements just out of habit. And ask them, are you sure your vitamins aren't making your legs weaker?